Okay guys, morning, it's Alex here from the channel. Welcome back. So we're just up here in the wood yard, and what we've got on at the moment is just sorting out all the timber that we brought in over here from the woods. It needs to be sorted out into stuff that's got a 4-way split or a 6-way split. We've got Dave on the saw and the digger over there with the rotator grab, and we'll just show you what he's doing. So this bench here has all 4-way splits on it. And that'll just mean that that gets processed faster. We've got the digger here, which is a great tool. With this grab, Dave's done a great job there. He's putting 6-way splits there. He's putting 4-way splits there. Still got to work through that heat. And here's our grab, which does a great job. These are all just bits that we're not going to use, so they're going to go into the chip pile. And yeah, that's what's happening today on up here. So those bits will all go into that chip pile over there. Right guys, we're just down here in the stable yard. We've got smart drains here to come and give us a hand. They've cleaned out the down gutters there and there, and they've flowed out into this trench here, but there's still a blockage in there, and what it is causing it is all this tarmac is coming up and these little tiny pebbles are getting washed down. So they've actually put some dye in it, and we're going to go and have a look in the field and see if we can see it coming through that way and work out where this goes, because this is so old we don't know where these drains have gone to. And so they'll see if they've got a couple of manholes in the field on the other side of this, and I'll try and work out where it goes and then try and rod it from the other way, because when they've got a jet rodding from this way, it's actually hitting these stones and it's not going through at all. It's absolutely packed in. So yeah, a little bit of a problem, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually. That's obviously one of the down pipes coming out there. So we're just underneath the shed. The roofing boys did 95%, but they didn't manage to do the apex up along there. And the reason for that is the sheets that we've got, which are down on the side there, which Barry is just drilling some holes through over there. Just zoom in. They didn't fit across there because there'd been a slight bowing out happening between these points, because they didn't have one of these little supporting bars in it. So that's what we're doing today, putting some bars in just to pull those two purlins together, and then hopefully the lads are going to mitre cut those roof sheets and put them up on top. I think we've got just enough to get the job done. If that fails, we can always flip these purlins round, because the bottom sides that you see there have a little bit more steel on them than the top, but that's a bit of a desperate solution. So yeah, hopefully we won't be needing to do that, but we'll get these other ones up. Right, okay, so here we are up on top, Barry? And you're saying these lines are out of place?
You'll see it better down there.
Okay.
I want to get this thing in first.
What's that thing? Oh, the bar?
Yeah. I'll show you.
Okay, let's get the bar in
Richard,
there.
just drive forward a bit. Drive towards me van. Drive towards me van.
Okay, we'll just have a look at these lines where the lads put up.
Don't put that on bloody.
Well, you know, Barry, they were northerners.
Whoa.
That'll do.
Whoa!
I see, yeah, so you're out here slightly, and you're in there, aren't you?
I'm sorry, you don't take the telly, is it?
Well, they were northern monkeys, weren't they, Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're up on the shed roof here, and we've got a mitre cut there, so this fits down in. We mitre cut to the edge of the concrete here. But this one here, we're just slightly out where the roofers put the roof on. So we're going to have to try and adjust that to make it fit. You can see there's a bit of a gap, probably down this side. But then this side, there's probably not so much of a gap. So that's a little bit of a frustration, but I think these things happen sometimes. I'm just going to pull these two purlins together, take out these top ones and put a threaded bar across there, and then put the support structure to under here into that hole there, and that should give us a bit more steel to attach the apex concrete to.
Mist underneath. Where are we? On the outside?
Let's have a look. Yeah, you're on the outside there, Barry.
Downwards.
No, top ways. You've got to go up. That's it. Now you get it. There she goes. She's in place. Okay guys, I'm just here by our log drying container, which was, if you remember, causing problems because I was trying to put the heat from our dryer here all down this one tube, which is 400mm across, and I blocked up the other exit ports up the top. See that there's one coming out and there's another one on the other side, and I blocked it up to try and get all the heat down here and then come out through this channel here. And I spoke to the guys at Wellvent and they said that just isn't going to happen. There's far too much constriction going down there. The pipe wants to be like kind of like 800 circumference rather than 400, so that's like 4 times bigger to get the heat to come out properly. And they also recommended putting some baffles in here because all the air was just shooting down the end, hitting the wall and bouncing out then, and not cooling these front logs. The manufacturers I spoke to sent me another one of these tubes. They didn't have a 400mm in stock, so you went to another manufacturer. Unfortunately, that tube just, I left it overnight and it absolutely destroyed itself. So I'll just show you a little clip of that now, and then I'll show you what I did instead. So yeah, let's have a look at that. So this was the tube. There was a sort of black outer cover, which is this, and then it had inside some of this sort of tin foil, and it was sort of somehow linked together. But I put it into the log dryer and put some wood inside it to stop it blowing around, and it sort of caught a bit of that steel, and when I came back it was just in bits in the morning. So yeah, it was not very good. Bit of a cheap solution as well, just feeling the quality of this. It's so light. I mean, there's just nothing to it. And so, well, I'm glad I've got that second orange one, because that's really kind of heavy duty, and it's not under stress because of the larger size of it too. So it's doing a properly nice job there. So we'll get another one, extend it, and do a few more modifications to the container. So yeah. Okay, so what I did find, I went back to the original tube manufacturer and got another tube. This is actually 600 across, and it's taking all the heat from the other exit vent port, and it's working really well. Actually, the bigger size, it's like 600 over 400mm. I was about to say 50% bigger, but actually it's probably much bigger than that because of how the circumferences work. Is doing a really good job. You really notice how much more volume that slightly bigger tube can take. So I'm going to get back to the manufacturer and get another one, connect that up, and then cut another hole in here so I can really get much more air going into the drying box, plus some baffles, and hopefully that will work really well. So yeah, because when it does get left in here for 10 days or something. It does a good job of drying the wood, and it just helps us keep up with the orders, which are, you know, continuing at the moment, and people are starting to stock up, so we really need our 2 drying capacities on. Okay guys, so we're just stoning up outside the new shed here. We've just been collecting all the hardcore from different projects that we've got. We'll lay it out. I'd really like to get this whole area stoned up that you can see, just as a good storage area and everything like that, for all the bits and pieces that we seem to have constantly cropping up on the farm. And then we've just got some topsoil that, again, we saved from different projects on previous occasions, and we're just going to put nice bund out along here, hopefully about 6 foot high, because there's a public road down there. It just gives the site a little bit of screening. At the moment you can't see it because of all the trees, but come winter time, all you see is sort of poles. So yeah, that's what we're working on today, just to see how that all goes. Okay guys, we're in the wood yard. As you can see, Ray's just loading up some wood out of our drying container. Happy to say that double pipe system that we've got up there has really helped, and we're going to take the container down, that one there, to Barry. He's going to make another flange in it so we can link up both of those orange pipes into 2 flanges. Hopefully we can just increase that drying time and keep the process going quickly. I've been away for a week on holiday, and in that time we've had the harvest come in. I wasn't expecting it at all. I totally messed up. I thought we were going to be doing the harvest today onwards. This would be my first day back from holiday, so in a panic I got my holiday dates all muddled up, but anyway, they're harvested, and you can see those 2 clamps there are pretty much full. They're not as full as last year. We'll go down and take a look, but last year we harvested 5,500 tons, we reckon. This year we got about 3,500 tons, so exactly the same hectare rate, hectares planted, but obviously the yield was drastically down. On the good fields we were getting about 34, which is a great yield in given the drought conditions we had this year, but on the poorer fields it was more like about 24, and there was a lot more poor fields than there were good fields, unfortunately. If you watch some of the previous videos, you would see that we made a bit of a mistake, an error. We didn't roll some of the block, and that really stunted the growth, didn't give us that seed to soil contact, and just some of the moisture just went, and it just didn't rain for 3 months. There's not a lot you can do when that happens, but we'll go down and take a look and see how those camps are looking. Okay guys, so I've just whizzed down. We're at the clamp 2, which is our new clamp. That's pretty full actually. There wouldn't be a lot more to get in there. You know, maybe we could get a little bit higher down this end like we did last year. I did a video on it of us clamping last year, so you can look back through the videos and see that. But this has been the real difference here. It's a lot more empty, hasn't come out. We haven't got the height on this one. Last time, literally, it was another couple of meters higher than that. So it really was a beast of a hill. You can see this stuff is unclamped. This is some of last year's material, because it's going to take about 2 weeks for this to pickle off. I'll just show you the difference. You can see pretty clearly. This is the stuff that's a year old, and this is the fresh stuff. It's just got a real different look to it, very green. So yeah, that's been the difference. So we are going to be short this year. I'm going to be looking around for some neighbouring farmers, see if I can buy feedstock along with everybody else in the market. Prices have gone crazy. I mean, it's a real double whammy. You've got the whole kind of Ukraine thing happening, and at the same time you've also had a drought in the UK. So yeah, unless of course you're in the west, where I think they've had great yields. They had the rain and the hot weather, or just enough rain to get them the good yield. We didn't, as I said, just a little bit less. So yeah, there we are. Put a couple of videos up of them harvesting. My brother took those just to show you what kind of kit they were using to bring this harvest in. rburbidge, our contractors on that. But anyway, as I said, just a short video this week, just telling you, given that I was on holiday. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, see you next time. Cheers then.